Welcome back to our Afternoon Express Cook-Along, where we are joined by Chef Johnny from Blauwklippen Wine Estates. Now, Chef Johnny, we are highlighting exotic fruits today, so I'm very excited for what you've got next.
Yeah, so we're going to do a prickly pear jam, which is super simple, and then with that we're going to make a little tartlet.
Very exciting. Domi, a prickly pear jam. I mean, I've heard of strawberry jam, apricot jam. So tell us what makes this one different.
The thing about prickly pears is that it's got such a delicate flavor. And so what we're trying to do by making a jam is to showcase it and basically show how delicious the flavor itself is. But then that's why we need to add a bit of sugar in there, because most people have never tasted prickly pear.
One such person.
So we figured what better way to showcase it than by making a jam instead of, you can eat it raw actually. I've tried to have it raw. A friend of mine actually made it in part of a burger and it was quite delicious. So this is, what other way to showcase it than to make it stand out and make a jam for it?
So Chef, on the inside, it almost looks like a kiwi to me.
Yeah, it's similar, it just does, it's got a lot more seeds, and the pips are quite, it's not everybody's favorite, mainly because of the pips. You can make the whole jam sorry, which we'll show you, and then strain out the pips if you want. I adore the pips. It's kind of, for me, it's the part of the, it can block you, so don't eat too much of it.
It's part of the experience.
Yeah, it's quite nice. They're a tricky fruit. That's the reason why it's called prickly pear. There's a million little thorns on them, but luckily we can buy them now at the supermarket, completely green, and you don't need to stress at all, which is quite very convenient. But if it does have thorns still, then use a fork, right? So you then, before you cut it, but luckily they've been cleaned. So we can use our hands, what we call top and tail in the industry, top and tail. And then you make a little, you can see where the flesh, the skin ends and where the flesh starts, right? So then you just make a little incision just where the skin is, and then you can literally peel the skin away.
Like magic.
Sometimes it's like magic, sometimes if the riper they are, the easier the skin comes off.
Domi, I'm looking forward to tasting it. I've never tasted a prickly pear. Give me a taste of that, girl. Because I'm looking forward to tasting it. Is it sweet? Is it bitter? Is it sour?
Let me let you try it yourself. The one I've just tasted, Bale, is quite sweet, which makes it perfect. But those seeds, you know, like if you're one of those, I'm one of the few people that don't enjoy fruits like guava and stuff like that because of the seeds. But once you get past those seeds, it actually tastes good.
I love it, but it's also very, very sweet. I like it, but it also definitely pear flavor.
Cacti, right? It's like, so when you drive through the Eastern Cape, they sell them next to the road by the hundreds because it grows naturally there.
Love it for us. And on my side, we've got a puff pastry. What do you want me to do with this and how can I prepare it?
That's quite easy. So we're going to do what we call a vol au vent shape, or it's just a circle with another circle. So it's easy. So you're just going to cut a whole bunch of those sizes, and then in the middle, you don't cut through, you just make a little incision. So I'll show you. So cut through.
All the way.
And then this one, you're just going to make a little scar at the top. The reason being, so when we're going to bake it, that's going to, so that it's loose because we need to take the inside out. So that's the filling. So you can carry on with that.
Perfect.
And then while she does that, we can do the jam.
Yes.
So we'll need lemon juice.
Correct.
Lemon juice, cumin, and water and sugar. So everybody's scared of cooking jam, but it's actually the simplest thing on earth. I mean, it's a lot of sugar and water.
So I'm just juicing our lemons here. I'm just getting as much juice, like I mentioned earlier with my trick that I showed you. Just getting as much of the juice out, and then I'm going to squeeze it into a little bowl for you, and that goes into your juice, your jam as well.
So my pet hate with cooking is people buying ready juiced lemon juice. There's not a lot of lemon juice in there, unfortunately. And I think people think I cook well. I don't. I just
fresh ingredients.
Fresh ingredients, quality ingredients,
That's what it's all about here. And also making sure that we are giving the family nothing but the best in nutrients and packing in that flavor that we love so, so much. Now, I'm pretty much almost done with creating just the round circles of it. I'm going to make the incisions that Chef told me about. But there's also other things here. Domi, you've given me an egg, you've given me some milk, and some over here.
Yeah, so I gave you the flour in case you needed to flour the surface, but I see you've learned my trick and you've done everything onto that plastic.
I kept it on the plastic.
Very clever.
So you can now you can actually brush them with egg first before you transfer them. That way you don't have to have any burnt bits on the bottom.
Oh, yes.
So the egg and the milk is there just for egg wash, for you to brush over those beautiful vol au vent.
So the sugar must dissolve, right? Before it starts boiling, so that you just do by stirring it constantly, it will start dissolve. This is dissolved, so we can add our fruit. So you add the fruit whole, and then you allow it to boil until, for about, I'd say, 15 to 20 minutes, until it's like a nice thick, concentrated mixture. Okay. So I'll add the cumin seeds.
Are these the kind of ingredients you would use at Blau? Was it called?
Yeah, we use anything. I just say we use anything that's never been on an aeroplane. It's easy as that.
Oh, wow.
Yes, to keep it local, you know. It's a Cape Heritage Estate. You know, why are we serving stuff that's not available in our country?
Being able to not only make sure that the food that you prepare is sustainably sourced, but then it also upskills an entire industry right now, especially as COVID-19 has hit.
Yeah, it's very important to us to keep it local and sustainable. And it's just for the country, for the people, but most of all for flavor.
I've just juiced up some lemons for you. The one thing I love about jams as well is that you can layer the flavors. I'm not too sure if the people saw there, you put some cumin seeds into that. And as the cumin cooks up, the jam is going to absorb all of that flavor. We're adding the lemon just to balance the flavor, obviously, because it can get a little sweet. But we've got here some cumin seeds. If you want to, you can get as adventurous as you like and add whatever other flavors, right?
I did jams and chilies for me I love like a prickly pear and a little bit of green chili in there would be real nice, right? And then because jams are not just for pastries, people. We can use it on braai vleis if you want, but then add more cumin, add a little bit of salt if you want, and some chili. Real nice on a bit of a boerewors, because chutney is basically a jam, isn't it?
Yep,
chutney with boerewors. Why not eat the prickly pear one?
Some people aren't a huge fan of mixing such flavors.
Did you spray that before? Did you?
Yes, there's a spray, a little spray, so it doesn't stick. Don't worry about it.
Good.
Okay. Dumi, your side, how's it going?
So we've got the oven preheated on 200 for those puppies, and then they'll go in, and they'll bake for how long would you say?
I would say start it off at 200 degrees. 200 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes, and then lower the heat to 180 for about another 2 to 3 minutes. It is always best to watch your oven as it bakes, so you can see them puff up and see them go nice and golden color, because you don't want to burn them. But the lovely thing about puff pastry is because of the butter inside there, it cooks nicely on the crunchy on the outside, and then we add the jam. It's just going to work perfectly together. But Chef, we've got some that we made a little earlier.
The puff pastries?
Yes, that you can take out. I think they should be done as you're preheating the oven there. Those ones that are in the
oven mitts.
No worries, this one would go in.
Use this.
Just take that out.
Perfect. Go. Like magic.
So, Dumi, these ones, are these just the single layer, or did you double up here? Because they seem like they've grown and expanded quite a bit.
Yes, if you saw, Palesa, we didn't roll out that puff pastry with a rolling pin. We left it as is, so it just puffed up all nicely by itself. But like I said, if you want to add more length to it, more height to it, then definitely layer up. And we've got some jam that we've also made over here.
Yeah, it looks real good.
It does look good. Chef, do you want to do the honors and just plate it up for us and show the viewers how amazing this dish looks once it's completed?
So you would just leave that entire fruit as is. You wouldn't even chop it up or make it that much smaller, and you just add that little dollop within that puff pastry. And there you have it. Let me move some of these as well.
Oh, sorry, so
no
you can
worries.
see.
Yes, absolutely.
So what you can do, so you fill it up, and then what I would do is, I love giving, when you feed people, give them as much of the fruit experience as possible, or give them the raw form, the cooked form. So let's put some of the fresh on top as well.
Dumi, help Chef plate as
do that,
and then make it look cute.
While you're doing that, Chef, I'm actually just going to zest some lemon as well.
Yeah, some lemon zest on top would be great.
Voila! Now there is so much truth in the statement, looks can be deceiving, and somehow this underrated fruit has definitely proven this to be correct. Now, in case you want to test out our theory, just head over to afternoonexpress.co.za for this recipe and full ingredients list. Coming up, we're connecting virtually with 6 of you, our awesome viewers right at home, as Chef Johnny shows us the proper technique to macerate exotic fruit to make the perfect fruit parfait.